Vishwa, it's an online platform for social champions, for change makers, everyday change makers that we see around us, who have put decades of work, of their lifetime, their earnings, into making a difference, to serve others, and to make our world into a better place.
Namaskaram. Good morning and welcome to Vishwa Talks. My name is Prerna. Thank you all for attending today's event. For those of you who have attended a Vishwa Talk before, a warm welcome back. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, here's a little bit about us. Vishwa Talks is a space to expand the horizons of your mind. Every webinar, we call experts from different domains to discuss and examine opinions, issues, problems, and perspectives. Each webinar is an interactive session where we all walk away with more respect for each other and a deeper understanding of the topic at hand. If you miss a session, please visit our website or YouTube channel for a full library of past Vishwa talks on interesting topics. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to present our keynote speaker, Mr. Abhishek, to share his invaluable insights during today's Vishwa talks. Mr. Abhishek has been working in the field of conservation for more than 15 years, majorly in the wildlife rescue and rehabilitation. Currently serving as a project manager with NEWS in Valmiki Tiger Reserve and Katarni Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary. Mr. Abhishek specializes in human elephant conflict mitigation, contributing significantly to this critical area. Prior to this role, Abhishek spent 9 years with Traffic India, working tirelessly to conserve trafficked wildlife. He is also a seasoned trainer at IGNF, Indira Gandhi National Forest Academy, on snake identification, handling, and rescue. Abhishek's incredible contribution include rescuing over 7,000 individuals, including tigers, leopards, elephants, rhinos, snakes, crocodiles, and more. His hands-on experience and passion for conservation make him an inspiring leader in this field. Let's extend a warm welcome to Mr. Abhishek as he shares his invaluable insight and experience with us today. Before we get started, I would like to inform our audience that our speaker will be taking questions from you after our main talk. So please leave your questions in the chat box or raise a hand, and we will allow you to ask your questions in person. I request everyone to turn on your webcam for interactive activities. Now, without further ado, I invite our speaker, Mr. Abhishek, to begin today's Vishwa Talk. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Prerna, and welcome everyone. And thank you, Vishwa Talk, for giving me an opportunity to speak on something which is very much needed in this particular scenario where humans and animals are coming into close contact, and we call it human wildlife conflict. Most of the time, I come with elephant as my main word because I'm working mainly on elephants right now. So elephant would be coming instead of wildlife. So the problem is there. So before going forward with wasting more time, let's start with the presentation. So I'm sharing my screen. Uh, so my screen is visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. Hi. So before starting the thing, I would be really saying something very important that I have been working for more than 15 years into human wildlife conflict and rescues and rehabilitation. What I have realized is that the problem will increase day by day. So, coming on to the main thing before I am not able to move. Okay. So, first, let me understand, let me take you to what is biodiversity. Biodiversity, everyone knows that key with different kinds of animals, plant, fungi living together in a place, whether it's a microorganism or anything. So it's called a natural world, and that together it's called a biodiversity thing. So each and everyone is interdependent to each other, either in a food chain or a food web. So it's not that we are totally self-dependent or self-reliable. We have to depend on certain animals, certain microorganism which we cannot see, and this is how biodiversity is termed. Importance of biodiversity is something which is like promotion of soil formation, provision of food resources for human, good health of all living beings, protection of natural resources, fast uh, recovery from natural disaster, maintaining food chains, maintaining the generic diversity, maintaining ecosystem balance, overall sustainability and growth, which everyone can read out. I'm not like a very good reader. So the main impact of biodiversity loss is hotspot degradation. It's very important. Like we have two of the major hotspots in the world out of 25 hotspots across the globe, the Western Ghats and the Indo-Burma region, where I basically work. So Indo-Burma region is from Burma to I would be saying the whole Tarai area is now impacted very badly due to some government policies. Like there has been some changes in the Forest Act, and yes, degradation of forest has been a major impact there. The second thing is habitat loss. Estuaries and mangroves are under the most serious threat. Recently, I came down from Sundarban. Uh, the places where our team is working, it's very good, but there are many islands where still mangroves is very less, and you can see the degradation of soil is on the higher note. Climate change, everyone is talking about. So it's and there are so many other factors which are impacting biodiversity degradation. But the main contributors for human wildlife conflict are people. They are living very close to the forest, especially the villages who are very much close to the forest area, and for their food and fodder, they are always dependent on the forest area. So they are coming very close to the forest, and they are also very coming very close to the animals. And most of the incidents occur at that fringe zone where forest and agricultural lands are there. The second thing is habitat loss. Uh, there are certain good things and certain bad things I will be saying. When I started working in Valmiki Tiger Reserve, so it was only having 8 tigers. When I started working in Valmiki Tiger Reserve as a part of WWF Traffic India. So right now the population have rose to around 54. So in the year in the span of around 10 years, I would be saying, so the population has multiplied 5 times. But the population of tiger has increased as well as the population of human being has increased, and there is conflict. And every now and then I get to hear that there is a straying tiger near a human habitat, or a tiger had killed someone, some cattle have been killed by tigers. So there are news every day. Wildlife population, yes, that is what I was saying. The population of tigers, the population of leopard, the population of elephants have increased. Kudos to the government of India policies, the Wildlife Protection Act, and yes, we all have contributed a lot with our own way, like promoting for the well-being of wildlife, talking about wildlife conservation. But the problem rise here. We have increased the population of wildlife, but the forest cover has not increased. We are completely deforestation is there. We are completely cutting down trees. We are completely cutting down forest area to convert it into agricultural land, and there is the problem. The major problem is deforestation, because we have completed our work. We have increased the population of wild animals. We have increased the population of tiger, and we feel very proud, but we have not increased the population of the forest area. The forest cover has decreased. So the top four casual species that are contributors for human wildlife conflict are elephants, as they only not kill human beings, but they also destroy crops. And after that, leopards. Again, they are directly or indirectly related to human, as they most of the time they lift the cattles, especially the goats and the other poultry items for which give revenue to the human beings. So they directly or indirectly harm the economic stability of the local community living there. Tiger is also one of the main thing. And yes, monkeys are always there. But again, the best thing is that, or the worst thing is that it has been removed from the Wildlife Protection Act. So now monkeys are no more into, especially rhesus macaws are no more into Wildlife Protection Act. So they have been not under that protection which we call, which we used to give. So the main culprit I will be talking about is conflict with the tigers. If you see, the tiger attacks in human wildlife conflict have claimed more lives than any other big cats in India, or any across any globe, if where the tiger population is there. From a data which says that from 1800 to 2009, we have lost more than 3,73,000 human beings in tiger attacks. And around, if we talk, so 1800 is a total roughly estimation of human fatalities across the globe due to tiger attacks, mostly in Bangladesh, India, Nepal, and Southeast Asia. Since I'm working very close to Nepal government, because my work areas are India and Nepal border, so we know about the Nepal thing. And yes, I have put two pug marks there. One is male, the other one is female. Uh, it is basically to identify if you are able to find a pug mark nearby your location, so you can easily identify whether it's a male or a female. So the length and the breadth of the tiger pug mark, if it's equal, so it's a male. If the length of the pug mark is greater than the width of the pug mark, it's a female tigress. So coming on to the datas, so there are certain datas which are there. So human killed by tigers in 2019 is 50, in 2020 it's 51, 2021 it's 59, and so on. The datas you can read out, but the main thing is that the highest number of fatalities or attacks are in Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, West Bengal. So these are the major affected states in India where tiger population is there, and yes, they come across with the human wildlife conflict. The second thing is moderate thing where Bihar, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, uh, Telangana. So these states come into picture. The third one is the low, so where you can see Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh area is coming into picture, uh, and there is null always. If we talk about 2022 data, so there were 103 human deaths, and 2022 itself there were 116 tiger deaths. So mostly tiger deaths are due to retaliation or revenge killing, I can say. The modus of operandi has changed from using khadga, which was a metal clamp to hunt tigers for their skin and bone, has changed into poisoning of animal, and it is mainly due to revenge because somehow someone has lost their near and dear ones, or someone have lost their livelihood. So it's a revenge killing, and they kill tigers. So another animal is elephants, which I'm working in Valmiki Tiger Reserve and Katanya Ghat. So more than 1,500 people have died due to in elephant attacks in India for the past 3 years. 300 of animal have been killed in retaliation. Uh, I don't know how many of have you seen elephant who has been killed by uh, humans. Uh, I feel very pretty, and I am like my heart always come out whenever I see an elephant because it's a mammoth animal who has been electrocuted and put to sleep. So if I talk about the data again, human killed by elephants in 2019 were 586, 2020 was 464, 2021 was 554. Same way, if we talk about the data, it can be easily read. But the highest number of fatalities are in Assam, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, some parts of Tamil Nadu. Moderate is Karnataka and Kerala. Low is in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and Uttarakhand. Yes, I would be saying that Uttar Pradesh has now, the Tarai area of Uttar Pradesh has been claimed as elephant reserve. The newest elephant reserve is in Uttarakhand. Means Uttar Pradesh Tarai area, Tarai Arc landscape, which is Dudhwa, Pilibhit, Katania Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary. So the humans have never encountered elephant like 10 years back. 10 years back, have never seen elephants. They have seen elephants, but they were in forest. They used to come, they used to roam around. At times, they used to eat some agricultural lands, and then again they feed on agricultural land and they go back. But now what has happened is that for the last 5 years, elephants are coming and they are raiding crops, as well as they are also destroying herds, and when they find anyone close to them, they are also killing. Last year, I remember there were two incidents back to back in Katanya Ghat where uh, elephant killed a human being, and it was only just because of the proximity between human and elephant. So it's a very alarming situation there in newly states, especially where the conditions are low, especially Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and even Karnataka. So in 2022, 605 human deaths were there, and 2022 there were 494 elephants that uh, was recorded across India. Conflict with leopard. Yes, Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand and the Northwest Mountain states they recognize the presence of man-eating leopards since 1990. Jim Corbett had shot down the leopard of Rudraprayag, one of the highly claimed man-eaters from that side. And Pauri Garhwal is another place in Uttarakhand where 121 leopards were declared as problem animals in from 1990 to 2005. But if we talk about datas, so the datas are not there with the government. Reason behind leopards kill or leopard kills are always covered by tiger kill because uh, capturing and restraining a leopard from wildlife from his its habitat is very hard. I remember there are many incidents where we have placed cages for 3 months, 2 months, and even we have put all sorts of our team to tranquilize that leopard, but we couldn't do it because they are so versatile in camouflaging and their stealth means you cannot find them. It's very hard, and that is why government most of the time what they do is that they cover up the kill of leopard by tiger. So tiger, most of the time, yes, they kill, but not as compared to if I talk about lifting of animal is mainly done by leopards, especially the small prey like goats, sheep, dogs. Uh, but tiger only lift means cow and buffaloes most of the time. But most of the time, these are covered by tiger. So human fatality by leopards or a leopard demise due to human interaction data remains unrecorded in India. Just we want to cover the leopard through tiger. One of the animal which I never wanted to encounter is bear. I have tranquilized more than two bears, means three bears, I remember, and two of them were successful, and one I was not able to do it just because they have fur and they are so brutal in giving attacks. They will bite you, they will harm you with their claws. Uh, they're really a brutal machine. They do not have mercy. They do not have mercy. Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, even the this place, what you call Srinagar, Jammu Kashmir. Brown bear is one of the major problems. So bear attack has been there. Madhya Pradesh, if you talk, so there were 735. Mainly the bear attacks, if I talk about the highest are in central India, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and Andhra Pradesh. Moderates are Gujarat, Karnataka, and Telangana area. Low is again the Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, Jharkhand, and uh, Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir area, Ladakh area. So brown bears are mainly there in Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh area, but these area we have sloth bear. This central area we have sloth bear, and they are the main culprits, and they are like very aggressive when it comes to sharing the food. Mainly attacks are done in the forest when these people, because basically these Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh area are habitant in Odisha also are habitant of tribal people, and they go to forest to collect mahua. Mahua is a flowering plant from which country-made liquors are made, and this is also a patent or a favorite flower for bears as well as elephant. So there is a conflict of sharing those products, and that is why the mainly attacks are done in this area, especially between human and sloth bear. So human fatality by bear or bear demise same is unrecorded in India because people have accepted bear and they know that if you go close to a bear, it will harm you. So mostly the attacks are there done in the forest, and people do accept that. But in terms of elephant, tiger, or leopard, which we have seen, the conflicts are not only in forest area, but the conflicts are also in the village area or agriculture land. So people have become more aggressive in terms of leopard, tiger, and elephants as compared to bear. Now, conflict with reptile, if I talk about, more than 78,000 Indians had lost their life due to snake bites, and 81% of casualty occur in UP, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, and Rajasthan. The number of magar crocodile in the Anand region of Gujarat, located between Sabarmati and Mahi River, has also tripled in the past decade. So, crocodile attack have, yes, increased, especially in Odisha, Bhitarkanika area, Sundarban, uh, then Uttar Pradesh due to Chambal from Rajasthan, and different rivers, Saryu and Ghagra rivers there, Ramganga in Katania Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary, Dudhwa is also there. So they have good population of crocodiles, and the attacks are mainly done near when people who are nearby to the forest area, nearby to that river, they come for their daily activity of washing clothes or feeding their cattle. The attacks are there. The highest, moderates, and the null are there. Same, we do not have much data because most of the data are not recorded, as whenever a crocodile attack is there, the body is submerged into water, and the crocodile do not leave a single piece for identification. So the only thing which we have recorded is the bodies which we have recovered from that particular area, but most of the bodies have not been recovered, so it has not been added into the data. But yes, snake bite, if you can see, whole India is affected by that, and the highest number of casualties are in the places where population is very high. And Uttar Pradesh claims the highest death, like 16,100 deaths. Madhya Pradesh, 57, 5,790, Rajasthan with 5,230, then Bihar coming on to 3,000, 4,000 rupees. So the total snake bite death in India in 2000, from 2001 to 2014 were more than 8 lakh, 8,000. So it's a huge thing, and every year more than 70,000 people die due to snakes from Big Four group. Let me explain what is Big Four for you. These are the Big Four. The first one is saw scale viper. A saw scale viper is a viper species which is mainly found in dry areas like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, even Karnataka. So these are small animals, small reptiles, but they are venomous. The other one is cobra. It could be spectacle cobra, it could be monoclade cobra or Central Asia cobra. So these are also a snake with a hood. This is karat, common karat, which is mainly found in houses, and these are also called sleeping devil. They come basically at night and they kill people. They have loaded with neurotoxic venom. So people once bitten by a cobra, I mean a karat, will never say anything, and he is slowly paralyzed and he is put into deep sleep. And this is a common snake called Russell's viper. These two vipers, Russell's viper and saw-scale viper, they do not lay eggs. They give birth to live ones. So the population of these snakes are gradually increasing, and they are also uh, uh, giving a good amount of snake bites across India, especially. So the big four venomous snakes are responsible for 90% of the total snake bite death in India. So if you can identify these four snakes easily, you have uh, done your half work. So whenever you see these snakes, please keep your family, or your near and dear ones away from that snake, because these are very dangerous in terms of as they are very much close to human habitat. They are always found nearby human habitat. The other contributors are human wildlife conflict are deers and wild boar, and rhesus macaw. Yes. So government have made these animals as vermin for certain part of time or certain duration of time in certain states in India to control the population. But again, that is not a healthy way to control the population of wild boars or ungulates, especially the nilgai and other animals. And yes, rhesus macaw has also been at times uh, turned into vermin to control their population, especially in Uttarakhand and Delhi area. Now, some pictures, we restrain animals in different ways when they come very close to human habitat. This was a nilgai who was roaming around, and he was having CD, a canine distemper. Eventually, it died, but it was due to a feral dog bite on his leg. So this was another poisoning case here in Katania Ghat Wildlife Sanctuary, and the menace is very costly. Uttarakhand always pay around 2 lakh, 2 crores in Uttar Pradesh, Delhi 8 crores, Bihar 50,000, Maharashtra 6,000, Telangana 83 crore, 8,000, 803 30 crores, Karnataka 800 farmers are uh, they are always a problem because government have not taken a good action to control the population. Now what they have done, since they found that they cannot control the population of rhesus macaw, so they have put that animal out of Wildlife Protection Act, so that people can take charge of that, and they can, like, people will be going for culling. I'm sure about that, since they know that these are no more into Wildlife Protection Act, so people will, yes, definitely go for culling. And some animals are killed for greed. Like turtle and tortoises are basically poached for shell, meat, or eggs. Pangolin, one of the highest trafficked animal across the globe, uh, and after that, tiger and elephants come into picture. So they are basically killed for their meat, scales, and aphrodisiac value, and seashells for decorative items, ornament, tableware, and other things. Okay, impact of human wildlife conflict is economical loss. Economical loss in terms of agriculture produces, and homes are destroyed by the animals. And most of the time, when I said that leopards or tiger live their cattle, so that is a economical loss to human being. Pressure on the government and its policies. Yes, there is always a pressure on the government and its policies for since I'm working very close to the government as well as the villages there in Tarai area of India. So the main thing which I encountered is that कि सर ये आपका जानवर है, आप इसको जंगल में रखो, हम जंगल नहीं जाएंगे, आपके जानवर जंगल से बाहर नहीं आने चाहिए. Means कि sir, these are your animals, keep it in to forest by making fringe or making a boundary there, so that your animals should not trespass to our area, and we are also not going into the forest. So there is always a pressure. Rise in violence against animal wildlife has considerably increased in huge way. I remember one of my member, EPG is a group which we have formed, which means Elephant Production Group. It's a volunteer group who are working in Katania Ghat as well as Wildlife Sanctuary to uh, control, or which helps in driving elephants when they are entering into agriculture land. Basically, it will also ensure that there is a conservation of elephant, as well as there is a help for marginal farmers who are living residing near to those area. But one of my EPG member has lost his son due to an elephant attack, and it was very hard for me to explain him and to convince him that okay, it was not the fault of elephant, it was neither the fault of the human being. It was just due the man did not see that elephant, and he directly he was riding a cycle, so he directly go and collided with that elephant. And like, if you are very much close to an elephant, whether it's broad daylight or a dark pitch with dew everywhere, so elephant will take charge. So that happened due to injury to both human and wildlife. Self-explanatory thing. Loss of life is a major thing. Compensation cannot fulfill the loss of a human being when it comes to uh, death due to unnatural way or due to a human wildlife conflict. So it's a very hard thing. Uh, there are so many steps to mitigate human wildlife conflict. Empowering Gram Panchayat, which was already done, uh, especially like converting a scheduled animal into vermin by the permission of CWLW for a particular span of time, so that you can cull those animal and you can control the population. So it was one of the way which Gram Panchayat was working, argumenting for this. Yes, the thing, it was a very good initiative by the government of India to start Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, but it was not a successful thing because there were so many drawbacks into that particular Bima Yojana, that insurance policy. But I would really love to see that coming into picture once again, because these particular Fasal Bima Yojana is good in where forests are not there. But if the agricultural land is very much close to the forest area, so this particular Bima Yojana is not, means insurance Yojana is not applicable. So government should take some action into this. Insurance, yes, Fasal Bima Yojana is a part of insurance, and also the government official like forest uh, or land revenue team, they should also have some insurance policies to compensate these things. Take proactive measures, early warning system, creating barriers like solar fence and control room is one of the way which, by the help of which we have controlled the human elephant conflict mitigation in those areas, especially in Katanya Ghat and Valmiki Tiger Reserve. Because this early warning system can be in of two ways. One is human patrolling, and the other one is using artificial intelligence, like creating infrared barriers and other things. Providing instant relief is one of the best way we can cool down the local communities there, because the ex gratia part, if it is given within 24 hours, the problem is resolved. I'm not saying to give uh, the government to give like 4 lakh or 5 lakh instantly, but at least if you give 50,000 within 24 hours, the problem have uh, been justified, or the problem has been solved by 50%. So nearly 90% of the protected area and 88 species and 50 million people are affected by human wildlife conflicts in India. So it's a huge thing, and it will increase every year. And it's right time, if we decide how we can start living and start planning a coexistence between human and wildlife, then only we can find a better way. So most I'm ready to answer all the questions you have. So thanks everyone for listening to me.
Thank you for this amazing session, sir. It was indeed very insightful.
Thank you.
Uh, Before we move towards Q&A, I would now request the audience to take 30 seconds to answer a poll for us. The purpose of the poll is to help us understand you a little better so we can better curate the topics. Yeah, please do answer these questions. You can also let us know in the chat box how you found out about Vishwa Talks. If you're a Vishwa Talk subscriber, heard about it through friends or family, or found out about the event on social media. While you take the survey, I would like to express my gratitude to everybody who has joined us today for their presence and interactive contribution to making this webinar a success. I see people joining from Kashmir, Chhattisgarh, someone from Israel, from Tripura. So I extend my gratitude to our respected speaker and my audience for taking time for this event, and appreciation for the Vishwa team for organizing. At Vishwa mission and how you can contribute towards it. Vishwa is an online platform for everybody, for everyday change makers and social champions. It's a crowdfunding and a crowdsourcing platform that is aimed at helping anyone find the support they need in their efforts to fulfill dreams for themselves and for others, and in the process, make the world a better place. In addition to thought provoking talks such as the one hosted today, we also want to extend the curiosity for exploration to our youth and young ones as well. We have launched two new segments of Vishwa Talks, namely Vishwa Talks Youth and Vishwa Talks Junior, to facilitate learning and important conversation in the bright minds of the new generation. You can subscribe your school or your children to Vishwa Talks Junior today. Imagine living in an economy where sharing is truly caring, and wherever you didn't need, whether it be books, electronics, furniture, could easily be listed and picked up by members of the community. Vishwa Materials is a crowdsourcing platform designed to distribute materials in your local communities. All you have to do is to list your unused or gently used materials on vishwa.org and wait for someone to request for them. You will be grateful to declutter your home of things you no longer need, as well as give them to someone else who needs them. The idea is that nothing goes to waste and there is something for everyone. It's a crowdsourcing platform for local communities to list and exchange items, all for free. Uh, I'll take question answer, sir, from the chat box. And anyone who wants to has a query for sir and wants to ask them directly, you can use the raise hand option and we will help you unmute and ask your question. I would like to mention one more thing before we proceed. Today is World Computer Literacy Day. And at Vishwa, we are dedicated to empowering the underprivileged youth of Hyderabad's slum area through free computer education workshops. We believe that every young person deserves the opportunity to become job ready, regardless of their background. That's why we are thrilled to share the success of our computer education training programs in Rajendra Nagar, Tangtoor, Shaikpet, MG Nagar, Basti. You can be a part of this incredible mission by donating your used or refurbished laptop to Vishwa Skill Development Project. Your generous contribution will not only help students acquire essential computer skills, but also transform their lives in a meaningful way. Your action has the power to make a genuine and lasting impact on these students' future. Join us today and together let's create a beautiful, bright future of these deserving youth. Click in the link in the chat box to donate your used laptop, or you can donate funds from our website, through our website, for us to buy laptop for the youth. Now I'll move towards the Q&A round. I'll take questions from the chat box. So you can use the chat raise hand option from the chat box and we'll help you unmute. So I see Mr. Shemuel Yeruslami from Israel. Sir, would you like to ask question? I will unmute you. I'll ask my team to unmute you.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Okay, I want to ask a question, and my question is how reduction conflict between human and wildlife, wild nature can support improvement social well-being of poor and low-income groups of population.
The things which I can made it out is that you want to know that how human and wildlife conflict can be reduced in terms of poor people who are living nearby forest area? That is what you want to ask?
Yeah, how this can support the
Okay,
improvement,
let
social well-being of poor groups of population there.
Okay. Thank you for the question. The problem of human-wildlife conflict is such a huge thing, and we do not have a proper solution to it. So we can only have permutation and combination to address these problems, and these are only for time being. The only way which we can sustain is that if we create boundaries which are not physical, but it's like emotional boundaries with where we can think of coexistence. Until and unless we do not have that thing which we call coexistence, we will have a human wildlife conflict every day and everywhere. So we do not have any foolproof way or a particular platform or particular way by which we can actually control this human wildlife conflict.
Can I ask the question? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Sure, sir.
yes,
Please ask the
yes.
question.
Sure,
You
sir.
can hear me?
Vasant
Yes.
sir, just wait a minute. Let's Shmuel's answer get closed and then we'll come to you.
Yeah.
Shmuel, is your answer clarified? Unmute Shmuel, please.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I
Fine.
very like it, this answer. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello. It was a good presentation, Abhishek. Thank you for that. And main thing is humans are sauntering into the animal world. That's the
True.
reason why this kind of their world is shrinking and our world is expanding.
Expanding.
This is one of the things that has to be tackled on a war footing. And India is protecting its tigers, elephants, and rare species, no doubt. But the result is the number has multiplied due to
Right.
protection.
True.
Why can't India explore the possibility of exporting to identified countries where they can be showcased and live peacefully? Yes, we are exporting to some zoos, etc., in the world, but the number can be controlled by this way and also by protecting the animals. What's your view about it?
So let me put you with the datas. The total number of tigers which we have in the wild is around 3,373 or 74. I'm not getting that correct data, but we have more tigers, like more than 5,000 tigers in US and China alone in captivity. So they have those tigers, sir. It's not that if we export those tiger wild animals and it will solve the problem. It is not that way, because once a tiger who is in wild have developed certain types of immunity into them, and their lifespan is also very less because they have to struggle for existence and survival of the fittest rule. The two rules by which this works, like the forest works, is into action. But once you take these animal into captivity, the life expand is extended, and they have certain genetic problems. And yes, the inter breeding can also lead to certain genetic problems in future also. So I am not a very much good supporter of keeping animals into captivity. As such, I have seen the zoo have lost their basic formation guidelines for education, research, putting animals into the wild. So they have far away from their objective. So for me, the best way is that coexistence. People who are living nearby forests should be like trained and aware in such a way that they should accept those animals as the animals have accepted them.
Right, sir. But at the same time, every 15 seconds, a child is born. Look at the expansion of humans.
Yes,
The
yes.
number of is increasing. And where's the land? There's 96% of 75% of world is water. The rest is water is available, land. And that land may not be sufficient for us to have more children in future. If we have to keep on living with, and tigers are not peaceful animals.
Yes,
They
sir.
have their own living conditions.
They have their own territory and they do not like people to come or
Yes.
anyone to intrude their territory. So yes,
Yeah.
there will be conflict, sir. There will be conflict. I'm 100% sure that there will be conflict because the number of rescues which I have done in last 5 years, if you compare, and the number of rescues which I have done in last 2 years are equal.
Well, I don't know. We are looking at no issue at all with living. But when it comes to the question of human loss, it's a major issue.
Uh,
Animals can.
it's vice versa. Animals are also lost. Like last year, I was in a mission. I was into a rescue where a tiger was shot dead uh, by us because he had killed 7 animals. And after the postmortem, the media had framed it such a way that the animal was a man-eater. But after the postmortem was done, it was said that the tiger was hungry for last 15 days. So it was just like he was just killing because he was afraid because people were coming into his area. And it was a 3.5-year-old subadult. So it was all human made and media made things, sir.
You're right. I do accept this kind of logical talk. Okay, but one tiger was hungry. There are thousands of human beings who are hungry every day. Anyway, let's not just.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Thank you. I understand.
Okay.
We are helpless.
Yes.
Let's live together, so long as I'm eaten by a tiger. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll move towards the next question. Mr. Pavas Chaturvedi asked, I'm a PhD research scholar at Sikkim University, researching on ecotourism development in Dudhwa Tiger Reserve.
Okay, good.
Kindly share any relevant information, documents, references, contacts, which would help me during my thesis, including a section on human-wildlife conflict in my study area. It's an academic question. Yeah.
You can take my email address from the team, and you can contact me personally, and I will be helping you for any of your work in Dodhwa or Katanya Ghat. So it's not the correct because I have to answer so many questions. So I will be definitely helping you out. Just you have to contact me.
I would request my team to have sir's email ID in the chat box, please.
Thank you. I can see my email ID there. Okay,
Next question is Mr. Vasant Kumar. I think, sir, you asked your question. You got your query. Okay. So I would request my team to unmute Mr. Satish Kumar for his question. Yes,
Hi,
sir.
good morning, sir. First of all, thank you for your short and clear lecture on the wildlife and human conflict. I am residing from Kerala, and we have a very vast forest line, which is Western Ghats. But recently, it is found that the man-animal conflict is increased. Mostly, it is by the media and the people who are residing that area, which they encroach the forest. So the conflict is increased, or it is created that the wildlife conflict is increased because of the people who are encroaching or the land occupied by the mafia people. And you might be heard that recently, yesterday, it was simply around 1,000 hectares of acres of land has been already taken back, which was been people have been people have encroached that land. So it is actually it was part of the forest. And this area were mostly known as the elephants pathways, which they they were long time been using. And what happening, the resort mafias have been encroached these areas, and it is found that they are making solar fencing and other things across their ways. And this increased conflict is coming. And you must have heard about our incumbent one, Tusker, which has been recently
Electrocuted.
recently translocated from there
Okay.
to Tamil Nadu area, and it made a lot of media attention and other things. My question is, recently we found that in 2017, the total number of wild elephants in the forest was 7,419 as per the records. And recently, by July 2023, the survey has been made by the government missionaries. Have been found that the elephants number has been reduced around 2,000. Means, meanwhile, of the 6 years, around 6,000 animals have been disappeared or have been not been recorded. So, it is noticed that actually the elephant number is not increased as the people are saying. Actually, it is found that it is decreased drastically. Especially, I believe in the COVID time, the poaching might have happened in our area. So, can you do any suggestions for this one to?
Satishji, I'm not very much sure about the data which you are talking about, because the population of elephant across globe has means across India has increased from 20,000 to 27,000 in last 7 years.
That is might be in India. In Kerala, recently.
I have to check. But again, if you are talking about poaching, so yes, the trade has changed, but not in Kerala side, because most of the tigers, means most of the elephants which are poached there were male tuskers for their tusk ivory.
Yes.
The trade has the market has declined by 600% in China of ivory trade. The new trade has come into existence for elephant skin. So they are making blood beads from those skins, and these are mainly practiced in Burma, Indo-Burma region, and the main exporters and the main people who are buyers are from US and China. And these can fetch like elephant was earlier means I'm just giving you a rough estimate because I was into traffic, so I know these things. So elephant tusk will give you around 20 lakh rupees for a pair of tusk with a good size and everything. uh, and a live elephant will give you around 25 lakhs to 36 lakhs if you are selling from, if the elephants are from Assam or Karnataka and you are selling it to other places or temple or any other places. But this trade, the elephant skin trade, had made the price of an elephant into crores. Like 20 crores can be the cost of skin which an elephant has. So I'm not very much sure about during COVID time that much loss. 2,000 is a huge number, sir. It's a very huge number.
See, can I talk? Just it is by the newspaper and other medias which is said that the elephants two tusk, no, it will cost around 6 crores. Mm?
No,
And
no.
recently there are incidents which captured by the police in last 2 months before. There are tusks have been found from poachers. And it was been repeated in another district in Palakkad area also. There
Palakkad,
was
okay, yes.
been found. So what I feel, the drastically this change. This is not by myself. It is by the authorities, given that they survey by block system, something which is for actual surveying of the elephants. It has been found that it is less than 2,000 now. The total elephant, which was 7,419 in the 2017.
Okay.
And my belief is, if COVID time, it has been happened, especially the tusk, no, the elephants, which is about 25 years old, only can you get the tusk. And mostly not like, as you said, for the skin. Here, the poaching is for the tusk, is doing.
So again, sir, I just want to give you a clear picture that Asiatic elephant males have tusk. So
Yeah,
if you're talking about 7,000 means 5,000 elephants are killed
yeah.
for tusk
I'm not
that
saying killed, but disappeared.
poach, it disappeared. Means again, there are certain things which we can talk, and it's another topic, sir. I would really love to talk to you on this particular topic.
Yes,
You have my email address, sir. Just
sure,
will
sure.
be definitely, and I will be coming with all the data because I am working on elephants, so I have mainly.
Yes, yes. I would like to contact with you because there are so many issues
Sure,
that
sure, sure.
I might be mutual interest on the same thing because
Right,
I'm
right, right.
working on the elephants or man-animal conflicts in this
Sure, sure,
region.
sure, 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 sir. Sure, sir.
Okay,
I'll
sir.
be
Okay,
okay.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
thank you,
much.
thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you, sir. I'll take
Yes.
one question from the chat box.
Thank you so much.
Is there any study happened regarding elephant behavior for HEC?
Yes, there are so many studies. Even we are working on using natural deterrent or bio deterrent like bee sounds and other things to deterrent to use as a deterrent for human elephant conflict, especially these sounds we have recorded from Epicera indica and mellifera, so two species of bees. So we are working on to it, and there are so many studies on the sound and the communication media which elephant use. So there are so many studies in India which is going on, and we are also doing into it.
Mr. Soumyajit Ghosh is asking, how can I get research project fund for working on or say analysis of HEC in my area?
Okay, it's a very hard thing because nowadays even we are also struggling with the same thing. So, my project, our project is basically funded by Germans, German corporation. So, we had a break of around 6 months. So it's very hard to get funds right now for a particular species, and if it's a Schedule 1 species. But yes, if you really want to work, you have to uh, create, like you have to ask fund for conservation, environment, and other things, and then you can use animal means elephant in subtitle so that you can get the funds. If you're directly asking for elephants, I'm not very much sure that people are giving.
So, team, you see everyone is muted. So I'm not sure. So about the funds, I'm not sure if I'm the right I am not the right person to bring this forward. But Shivani ma'am, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Vishwa is a platform that helps all the causes. So and this is a very noble cause. We have to protect our wildlife. So if someone wants to raise funds for any project, you can raise it through Vishwa. We can. It's a crowdfunding and crowdsourcing platform. So we can help any organization or any individual in their noble cause to raise funds. So you can start your fundraiser on vishwa.org. You can visit our website www.vishwa.org to raise the funds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll request my team to.
Yes, you can, Prerna. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's a lovely cause to support.
Yes, ma'am. I'll request my team to unmute Sagarika. Please, you can start your video, and or if you're not comfortable, it's okay. You can ask your question.
My video is not working. I'm so sorry about that.
Please
Um,
go ahead.
but actually, I had written the text in the chat box. I didn't get time to finish the question. I'm actually working in Assam right now as part of a fellowship, Borderland Assam. And where I'm staying right now, it's basically in a forest village on the fringe of the Manas National Park.
Okay.
And out here, obviously, like the human elephant conflict is the biggest issue that is impacting both the humans and the elephants. And a lot of different strategies have been, like a lot of different things have been put in place out here. Like there has been like solar fencing that's been tried, there's been electric fencing that's been tried. but then none of them really have worked it for a lot of reasons, either because of the human conflict that is happening, because of which people are cutting each other's fences, or there's not enough investment to be, or people are not taking the responsibility and accountability to maintain these fences post building and after all that. So right now, like, my project is working on the human elephant conflict, but then I'm trying, like you were talking about, trying to use like education and awareness to be able to like tackle that. First understand the dialogues that are going around within the community, and then see how I can make certain things like compensation and different kind of mitigation strategies accessible to them. Because at the end of it, like, an NGO can come and different parties can come and put something, but then if the community is not going to take responsibility to help and to understand how coexistence can work, nothing can be done. But right now I'm facing this trouble of like, how exactly do I even approach. I'm looking at compensation and mitigation strategies as the two main things that I'll be looking at to educate and create awareness. But then I'm struggling with how exactly I could go about this in this space. Like, if I have to look at mitigation strategies, like, again, this place is an agricultural, like, most of the people out here are small scale farmers, and there has been a few talks about like lemon tree fencing that could be a possibility, but then again, I don't know what exactly the, like, how well it would work, or how well, like, things like natural deterrents are very like unpredictable. So I'm basically confused as to how exactly I could approach it. Should I even approach natural deterrents? What should be the way to go about this?
Sagarika, means it's good that you come across with a question which we are also struggling, and because we are dealing with an animal who is not just huge in size but huge in the size of the brain also. They're
Yeah.
quick learners and they will find a way out for all the things which we are going to do.
Yeah.
So the best way, the way we are doing, like you are also struggling with the marginal farmers, and we are also working with the marginal farmers. It's very hard to convince them to change the crop pattern which they are practicing. But
Yeah.
again, we have to push them to do something. Like what we have done is that we had asked these marginal farmers to, instead of paddy and sugarcane, which is our belt here, and I am sure that paddy is also grown there in a large.
Yes.
So what we have done is that we had asked them to change their crop pattern from paddy to turmeric and to peppermint oil. So
Okay.
this had raised their capital also, means the economic value of these things are also good. And yes, if even the elephants are coming for a crop raiding, they do nothing other than just stamping onto it, and again this plant will regenerate. So there is no problem with that. So there are certain things. Yes, if you are talking about lemon trees, we are also doing a pilot project in Katanya Ghat. So it's a good deterrent, but it will only, the result will be only shown after 5 years, because once these plants are ready, then they can act as a barrier. And these elephants do not like citrus smell nor the taste of that plant. So it will create a barrier. But again, it should be like the whole village should be covered, or the whole agricultural land should be covered without a single, there should be a single door for the person to go inside and come out, and it should be a single door. Then only you can protect. So it is a hard thing. It's a challenge basically. And yes, every time you have to come with another solution.
But for the community, if I were to be looking at education, like, what you were talking about, trying to look at coexistence as a space to get into. So, like, what would the conversation be around if I were to approach the community for this?
Look, it should be the way we do is that we start with linking it with religious sentiments, and then with the benefits which we are getting from elephants in terms of seed dispersal, making pathways into the forest and other thing. And yes, linking it with ecotourism. So this is the way you can address the problem with a solution, and then only you can work. Because in Katane Ghat we have done that. Ecotourism, we say that okay, I can completely agree that कि हाथी आते हैं, your crops are raided, you have a economical loss. So in the morning, if there are tourists, please unko show them that these are the problems which we are facing, and but we love animals. And yes, if you want to come, I can show you elephant in the night. And it's not a forest area, it's a village area. So people can come and they are seeing it and they're charging it also. So you can make a ecotourism sort of thing with a safe distance, and yes, they can earn their livelihood. And there are so many ways. Sagarika means Sagarika. So you can actually have my email and we can have our talk. Means we can help you out into that. Since we are working to the same platform, and even my team is also working in North Bengal, so it's very close. We can help each other.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sagarika.
Okay, welcome.
I'll request my team to unmute Shoroto Vishwas, please. Shotro Vishwas, please. Yeah. Welcome, sir. Please ask your question.
Hi, thank you very much for bringing this lovely topic in this discussion forum. And I am Shuhotto Vishwas from Kolkata. My question is very short. Last year, I had an opportunity to work in Mirik, near Darjeeling district in North Bengal. And there I found that a small lake, and you will find Himalayan salamanders there. But the salamanders are endangered, and there is no awareness, and the protection is a major issue. So my simple question is that can I connect with you and your organization to get more knowledge and get more ideas on how to work about it?
Sure, sir. Since you are in Kolkata, my office headquarters is also in Kolkata, Chaurangi. So we have worked in Kurseong on salamanders, and we have also helped to increase the population there in Kurseong. And right now, my team is also working in Kurseong in the rejuvenation of springs, and also in helping marginal farmers for orange orchids. So you can orchids. So you can also communicate to them. And yes, you have my email address. I can help you with salamanders. But I'm really happy to have found out some. Looking forward to talk about it, because very it just hardly come into notice.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Premaji.
So definitely.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Parth Sarthi, would you like to ask your question, please?
Hi, I'm Suresh Babu from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Actually, basically, I'm 50 years old. Actually, I'm very much interested for the wildlife things, but I am not have any opportunity to serve, or even I tried for that volunteers also for accounting and other things and all, but I am not able to get anything. How I can get, or how I can participate like this, or I want to learn, or how I can proceed?
There are so many organizations who ask for volunteers, and even my team is working in Tamil Nadu in Mayiladuthurai and Nagapattinam districts, and most probably I'll be also visiting Karaikal in January. Most probably I'll be working on olive redley turtles there. So we need volunteers. So if you are free, means you can email me, and if we have any opportunity, we will definitely giving you a place to work and learn with us.
Sure. If it is possible, could you please share your WhatsApp number or mail ID? That is fine.
Yes, there is ID in the chat. You can get it. abhishek.wildlifer@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Ma'am Uma Shankari, please ask your question.
Hello. I'm sorry I joined a little late and I missed some of the presentation. I'm actually a farmer farming near Tirupati, South India, Andhra Pradesh. And, while I love, let's say, the wildlife, and I completely appreciate that we need wildlife, we need forests, we need everything, blah, blah, blah. But as a farmer, you know, I am losing every year to monkeys, to wild pigs, and this year, elephants also came to our village. And that's all, if, 40,000 rupees down the drain. And, I have a coconut garden of about 100 trees. Instead of getting something like 5,000 nuts, I got 100 odd nuts through the whole year because of monkeys. Okay, so this cannot just go on. So we have to think of solutions, which is a win-win solutions from all sides. So I'm first, I want to suggest that the forest department or organizations like yours should have an assessment, should do surveys and studies of what is the actual carrying capacity of the forest. How much can it really how many monkeys can be there in a forest like near Tirupati? From those forests only they're all coming here. Second thing is, what is and how they can put them inside the forest and not come into the agriculture areas. That is another thing we have to work on. Now, if we are serious about working on solutions, it has to be a win-win solutions for farmers and others, and wildlife and human beings in general. So the other question I would like is that compensation. Institutions like yours should really work on what is been reasonable. No, I just lost water pipes. I believe nowadays the elephants, whenever they see water pipes, water lines, immediately they go and break them because they understand that there is water there. So, these kinds of things are a heavy loss for any kind of farmer. I am an English speaking farmer, but then it doesn't mean that I'm sitting on some crores or something. I have about, let us say, 5 acres, which there I'm trying to grow some things. And increasingly, because of wildlife, it is becoming impossible. Monkeys, I believe sterilization is supposed to be the answer, and it should be taken up as a big national campaign. All these things, should be taken up. And however much we are trying to raise farmers' issues, we have just had a big farmers' andolan and all that. But wildlife problem is first of all with the central government. Secondly, with the forest department in central government, which is itself a very marginal department in the central government. And so they are bound to say always that there are no funds for wildlife. So they are highly limited. So a vigorous campaign, sir, Abhishek, Shrivani, all Prerana, all these people, your kind of institution should very actively campaign for win-win solutions for both sides. No point in saying, okay, we can, we have to live with wildlife. Of course, we have to live with wildlife, but at what cost and in what kind of terms and conditions is what and how maybe some specialist tribes we used to have. Also, they should be trained in more numbers to take care of their needs also. We have we ourselves made Vanasamrakshan Samiti. It was a joint AP government World Bank program in which we actually grew a forest nearby, which was a degraded forest. We actually grew it. But then, and we made lots of water structures. Similarly, we made water structures in our stream. So all these things also may have attracted the elephants to come to this side, because this is the first year it has come to our village. It used to be in a different part of the district, a little far off. And, it is really scary. It's not a joke, I mean, wildlife. So this is what I wanted to say. I fully understand and appreciate that we need wildlife. They have a function in the ecological system and everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yes, you are right at many means you are right at every point. Like all you have the questions and you have the answers and the solutions also. So there is nothing more to be needed. But yes, I'll be suggesting one thing. Uma ma'am, go with bio fencing across your farmlands and agriculture land. It will take time, but yes, elephants are very learning and they always explore new areas. Since they have explored this year, I'm 100% sure they will be coming next year also. So before they are coming, I would be asking you to use two, three things. The first thing is chili based measures. The other one is tobacco. Okay, you can act as a barrier. Means you just have to plant 5 feet across your. Means you have to create a boundary of your agriculture land with these things. These create a boundary which elephant do not like to cross, especially the chili and the tobacco. So you have to create this, and the other thing is that you use uh, tobacco, boil it, and once the boiling mixture is ready, you can sprinkle it on your plants. It will again act as a barrier. So people means either neither the monkeys, neither wild boar or other animal will destroy it. And the best thing is that monkey has been taken out of Wildlife Protection Act, so you can also take the preventive measures from your end. It's not that forest will not poke their nose into it. You are muted, ma'am.
So I recently heard that monkey, if it's actually easy to kill monkeys. It is just people think that they are Hanumans. Otherwise, just a bit of, it's not that I want to kill monkeys. But then, as you are saying, if it is out of the ban, then we can do some such thing like, at least put some chili coated peanuts or something like that.
Right.
So I will study all these measures.
Sterilizing? Would sterilizing be an option?
Sterilization is a best option for monkeys, and if you start capturing, if you create cages, trap cages for monkeys, and if you are placing those trap cages nearby your forest area, once a monkey will see that cage, and once they are trapped, so the next monkey will learn very easily. Okay, there are traps, so you should not into that particular area.
No, but sterilization is something we cannot take up. Farmers, it has to be taken
You
up.
you have to talk to the municipal corporation as well as animal husbandry board, so they will be doing that needful.
Is it not the duty of the forest department?
Since the animal has been taken out of the Wildlife Protection Act, so they will be least interested in doing that, to be very honest.
Okay. So animal husbandry is where we have to do some campaign.
Yes.
Okay, so you also please do the relevant campaigns.
I'm really happy to, and I'm really thankful to Vishwa that they had given me a platform so that I am getting ideas of different states and the problems there. So again, I'm looking forward for creating more projects and working into certain areas, whether it's a big or a small project, but I will be definitely looking forward into it.
What about wild pigs, sir? What do you suggest?
Wild pigs are very hard because they easily trespass the solar fence. So the best way to capture them is kerosene oil. If you put some kerosene oil in a particular place, the wild boar used to come and they used to dig it, and then you can easily restrain them. But again, it's a Schedule 2 species, so you have to very much cautious, and you have to write a letter to CWLW, Chief Wildlife Warden, and DFO, Division Forest Officer.
Actually, wildlife meat was highly relished till a few years ago, till this ban happened. So actually, farmers will be very happy to get it out of the wildlife if you can campaign for that, because they also breed. Their breeding is very high. It's not that we are sort of bringing them to extinction.
And that is why I'm saying you have to write a application and submit it to Chief Wildlife Warden. He had that power to make that animal come into vermin category for a certain time period, and that particular time period you can easily hunt those animals, those animals, and you can easily control the population of these things. So these particular right and the power has been designed and designated to Chief Wildlife Warden, but you have to go through a proper channel. You have to write a letter to the DFO and same letter copy to the Chief Wildlife Warden, and he will be doing the needful. I'm sure he will be helping you out.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
I just wanted to add something here.
Yeah.
We had a talk by Mr. Paul from Auroville, and he was saying the entire south of India was an evergreen forest. And at the time of colonization till to now, most of these forests have been removed. And when the new forest officials came, they would either put a whole acreage of eucalyptus trees or something that they got from Africa. Now, he and the team in Auroville had gone across the Coromandel coast and identified the local indigenous trees. And they would find 2 trees in some temple, because most of these Hindus and the tribals would pray to certain trees. And that's why the trees were protected. They would take the seeds, collect the seeds, make them into 2 trees, then 10, then 200, then 1,000. And they were taking pockets of 50 acres and developing them with the local indigenous trees. Tirupati, Chittoor, Nellore, Anantapur, all these areas were filled with red sanders and sandalwood forests.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can you make her come onto the screen, please? So if you can pick up 50 acres in this area, Vishwa will support you. And you can tie up with Paul and, make one example of 50 trees. There are enough of wealthy people in Andhra who are willing to, can be inspired by you. If you can develop 50 acres in that area, I'm sure there'll be many more looking at you and developing it. And Vishwa is ready to support you in this venture. All you need to do is take an allocated government land from the forest department to develop it.
Madam, every single sandalwood tree in my area has gone into the smugglers' hands. Every single tree. They just come, chop it off in the nights, and they disappear. If it is good sandalwood, then they take it away. If it is not good sandalwood, they just leave it in the... So many funerals we have done with sandalwood tree. Can you imagine? The fallen, the abandoned, the orphaned sandalwood tree. That is how the smugglers are operating. They don't leave one single redwood or in the farms, I mean, anyway, the one thing leads to another. And let's hope that, I request this, such a big response you've had for this talk. That itself is amazing. Actually, yeah, 3 pages of great people here. So I think we should all work on all these matters together, and people or Vishwa kind of organization should take the lead and do campaign. I'm ready to do whatever you ask me. I am too old to do very energetic work, but
you're not old.
I'm
how old are you?
20 years old. That's
you have another 15 years of working age. We're there to support you. You pick up an area, we're there to support you.
Okay.
All right. Radhika, would you like to take over?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So our next question is by Karthik Kadlaya. Sir, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my name is Karthik Vikatla and I'm working from Shimoga Division, sir. Shimoga Division Forest. We are working on human-wildlife conflict.
Okay.
From past 8 years, the elephants are showing certain different behavior. Okay.
Okay.
Like for past 30 to 40 years, they have not ventured into certain pockets of our wild, our villages, like we say border areas of the Badra wildlife. Okay. So what happened in past 2 years is that there are certain 10 to 12 elephants which are venturing into this area. Okay. We are unable to, like, what do you say, हम जो किसान से बात करेंगे, ठीक है, आपके क्रॉप पैटर्न चेंज करने के लिए, the only question they ask is, are you going to help us in marketing these crops, whatever the produce they get, or will you help us in marketing it? Okay, we do not have an answer for that. Yes, please.
कार्तिक, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, वी आल्सो फेस द सेम थिंग. अब यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट जो फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट होते हैं, दे मेक अ वेरी क्रूशियल रोल यहाँ पे. व्हाट हियर इन बिहार एंड उत्तर प्रदेश, वहाँ पे क्या हुआ है कि दे हैव फाउंड, सभी फॉरेस्ट का, सारे सेंचुरीज और टाइगर रिजर्व का, दे हैव देयर ओन फाउंडेशन. ठीक है, वहां से वो कुछ टोकन मनी देते हैं, स्टार्टअप मनी होता है, फीडिंग मनी होता है, दे गिव इट, दे क्रिएट अ ब्रांड, लाइक आरण्यक इज अ ब्रांड हियर, वाल्मीकि हनी इज अ ब्रांड हियर. ठीक है, सो दीज टू ब्रांड्स है, बोधोबन हार्वेस्ट इज इन वेस्ट बंगाल. सो फॉरेस्ट इज देमसेल्फ, दे आर टेकिंग दैट पेन टू मार्केट दोस थिंग. रीजन बिहाइंड कि इफ दे आर नॉट डूइंग दैट, दे हैव टू कंपनसेट, and forest does not have that much amount of money to compensate, especially in terms of elephant. ठीक है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे ह्यूमन लॉस और एग्रीकल्चर लॉस दोनों होता है. ठीक है, इकोनॉमिक लॉस और ह्यूमन लॉस दोनों होता है. इन टर्म्स ऑफ टाइगर देयर इज ओनली ह्यूमन लॉस, तो चलो 5 लाख रुपया दिया, चीजें वहीं पे ठंडी हो जाती है. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू एलिफेंट, देयर इज बाई, दोनों जगह से लॉस होती है. So what I'll be suggesting is that कि you have to found EDCs बनाओ वहाँ पे, इको डेवलपमेंट कमिटीज होते हैं. ठीक है, and ask them to और जीविका एक अलग another platform है which will be like they will be also having that money.
Okay, जीविका.
हाँ, जीविका will also help. तो वहाँ से you can market those products and easily you can do. And another thing, since आप जहाँ पे काम कर रहे हो, what I'll be saying is that कि elephants के ग्रुप में 2 ग्रुप होते हैं. एक तो फीमेल मैट्रियार्क होता है जो आपका चलता है. ठीक है, the other group is of which we call Maljuria, which is basically of male elephants. ठीक है, वो 3-5 के झुंड में रहते हैं. So these elephants are more problematic. जो मैट्रियार्क होती है, क्योंकि उसमें काफ होते हैं, so they are not very much problematic, क्योंकि जैसे ह्यूमन को देखेंगे they will take cover, वो अंदर फॉरेस्ट में चल जाएंगे.
One second, sir. In this issue, in past 3 years, the matriarch and its herd is somewhere around 3 kilometers away in the reserve forest. Okay.
Right.
There are these 12 elephants which are mostly male. Okay. They are not harming anyone. They are simply raiding crops. Okay. They are coming to a place. They are saying, "This is my land." Okay.
Yes.
And when we try to scare it away, it just looks us like this and tells, "Stay away." It is not getting very, what do you say? Like, it is not getting angry.
That is what I am trying to explain. The problem will be always created by the Maljuria group, the male group. Okay. They are stubborn. I have seen elephants who have raided crop for 2.5 hours. We have done everything. Okay. We have bursted almost all the crackers which we were having. We did all sorts of permutation combination, but he was not ready to move away. Somehow there was one cry from my side that I said a loud, I created a loud noise, and he turned to me the same way, and he turned back to the forest. And I thought that, okay, I am like the winner here. But again, he turned on the road and he charged us. So Maljuria group are the things you have to watch, and you have to track record of each and every individual of that Maljuria group, because once they are into the must season, they will create problem.
Yes, sir. So now what is the main problem we are facing is there is no enough study on these elephants of this geological location. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
So, do you think the study is very important in this area?
Yes.
Sir.
Each and every elephant need to be marked. It need
Yes,
to be
sir.
marked, especially the
We are
males.
trying to get a permission to study those elephants, and hopefully we will be getting soon. And sir, when it comes to leopard, you have shown this thing leopard. I would, maybe some people may not accept this, but I consider leopard as someone else cat in my home
Yes,
with humans.
they are. They are.
With humans, I have one leopard. She is staying in a abundant factory in my hometown. Okay, sir. She is so subtle. Nobody knows that she is there. Okay. The watchman of that area who sits in that bunkhouse does not know that leopard was sleeping right behind him for 1 year, for one whole year. Okay, sir. And the problem we are facing in the leopard is we are trying to corner the leopard every time. Like the main problem the leopard human conflict happens is because we are cornering them. Is there any chance that we can convert a certain zoo to a leopard sanctuary?
Okay,
And what do you think about it?
we have rescue centers in Gujarat and Maharashtra, and even we were trying to make a rescue center here in UP, but due to some bureaucratic problems, it couldn't happen there. But again, the problem of leopard is there. And yes, tiger and leopard, if I compare, so tiger is a much more royal animal. So when it kills like cows and buffaloes. So it has that
Yes,
level of hunting. So it's a
yes,
royal.
sir.
But when it comes to leopards, I have seen
Leopard.
leopard feeding on rats and chicken and means pigeons also, and they are living happily. So
Yes, sir.
it's very hard to restrain and capture leopards. And yes, I am basically from Patna, and we do not have forest around 100 kilometers across, but we have a leopard here in Air Force Station, and it was a very hard time for us to handle it.
Yeah. No, sir.
So
These leopards they won't attack humans.
yes,
Only
until
small
unless
children
they are
are the prey.
yes, until unless they are cornered and they are really in a bad situation, they will come and attack human. But most of the time they do not like human interactions. They always try to
The
avoid.
leopard which I told you about, which is residing in MPM factory,
Mhm.
abundant MPM factory, she is so subtle. She is not hunting in somewhere around 300, 3 to 4 kilometers. Okay, around
Mhm.
that factory. She is going out every night. Some 4 kilometers she is traveling. She is hunting small, what do you call, sheep and goats. Okay, and she is coming back to her my MPM factory. It is her sanctuary, like peace. There is total peace in that area. She is using that as her home, and she is not creating any noise, any problem to anyone. Okay,
Mhm.
so looking at this, what we can say is, sir, this is my point of view. By any chance, can we all get together and ask the government to make a sanctuary for only captured leopards in Karnataka, in some place which is near to
Look,
this leopard conflict area of Shimoga, Chikmagalur. Yes, sir.
yes. Chipmangalore, you said that the DFO is one of very close known to me. The thing is that you have to create data.
Okay,
Uh, the data should be relevant. It should be like a baseline data survey should be done, and then only you can propose these things to the government. And then yes, there is a need to create some sanctuaries,
okay,
and then only it can be done.
okay, sir. Thank you for your information.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
So our next question is by Vivek Verma.
Mhm.
Can you please unmute yourself and ask the question?
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. If you don't mind, may I speak in Hindi?
Yes, you can speak in Hindi.
ओके 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 डन सर हमारे यहाँ मैं यहाँ ग्वालियर एमपी से बिलोंग करता हूँ और यहाँ पर एयरफोर्स स्टेशन है तो वहाँ एयरफोर्स स्टेशन पर ब्लू बुल्स और वाइल्ड बुल का बहुत ज्यादा वहाँ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, और उनकी वजह से जो है एयरक्राफ्ट ना तो टेक ऑफ कर पाते ना लैंड कर पाते। तो उनकी बहुत ज्यादा मतलब शिकायतें आ रही है। इस बारे में सर क्या सॉल्यूशन आना चाहिए?
Our speaker will be joining in.
ओके।
When you talk about the upcoming talks, Radhika,
Yes, ma'am.
and remove me from spotlight.
So by the time our speaker joins in, let us look at our upcoming talks. So on 9th December, we have a talk on infant milestones and more, where Sita Anand Vaidyam, who is an author, remedial therapist, and founder of Ananda Foundation, will be talking about infants up to age 7 and their growing patterns. And our next talk is on 16th December by Manideep K, who is president and outdoor leader of Great Hyderabad Adventure Club. He is going to talk about adventures beyond boundaries, the GHAC way. Please take a moment to subscribe to Vishwa Talks to get alerts on every new and exciting talk, exclusive events, and access to Vishwa community. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn for future updates. Please subscribe to Vishwa Talks.
So inform the speaker loss. Yeah, and we can close the talk.
ओके।
Can you come on the phone? Can you join through the phone?
Yeah, speaker is back online. Yes. Sir, can you repeat your question?
Yes.
Mr. Vivek.
यस सर, मैं ग्वालियर एमपी से बिलोंग करता हूँ, और यहाँ पर हमारे यहाँ एक एयरफोर्स स्टेशन है, और उस एयरफोर्स स्टेशन में ब्लू वुल्स और वाइल्ड बोर, पॉक्यूपाइन, इनका ज्यादा मूवमेंट है, इनका कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ज्यादा है, और इसकी वजह से जो है एयरफोर्स के एयरक्राफ्ट ना तो लैंड कर पाते हैं और ना ही उनको टेक ऑफ करने में मतलब हेल्प मिलती है। वो कहीं ना कहीं बार बार रनवे पर आ जाते हैं। तो इस बारे में एयरफोर्स अथॉरिटी ने भी फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट से और CWLW से भी कंप्लेंट की है, और हम पर्सनली जाकर भी वहां मौके पर देखने पहुंचे थे क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स है। तो सर आपकी थोड़ी इस बारे में राय चाहते हैं कि कैसे क्या इस चीज को कम किया जा सकता है।
Unmute.
Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes, done. Okay, thank you so much, and I'm extremely sorry. Means there is a work going around, so I just lost my power supply. I didn't even know that. ओके, आपका सवाल जो है कि वाइल्ड लाइफ आपके एयरफोर्स जो बेस स्टेशन है वहां पे आ जाता है, ये अक्सर मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि व्हेन इट कम्स टू वाइल्ड लाइफ और खास तौर से एयरफोर्स स्टेशन के ऊपर में होता है, तो वो काफी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड एरिया होता है। सो वाइल्ड लाइफ वहाँ पे काफी अच्छे से फ्लरिश करती है, अच्छे से होती है। आपको नील गाय, वाइल्ड बोर, जो मैं अभी पटना का एग्जांपल बता रहा था, लेपर्ड तक आ जाते हैं वहाँ पे। सो ये प्रॉब्लम्स को टैकल करने के लिए फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट ही है राइट अथॉरिटी जो वहाँ पे काम कर सकता है, विद द परमिशन ऑफ द कमांडिंग ऑफिसर जो वहाँ के एयरफोर्स के होते हैं, क्योंकि वी वर आल्सो वर्किंग देयर, सो वी नीड सर्टेन परमिशंस, क्योंकि वो काफी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड जोन होता है। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ मींस इंडिया की सिक्योरिटी को लेकर के भी काफी चीजें होती हैं। सो वो परमिशंस होते हैं और आराम से काम होता है। वी हैव सेटअप ट्रैप केजेस, हम लोगों ने काफी रेस्क्यूज किए हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ नील गाय, वहाँ पे ब्लू बुल जैसे बोलते हैं। So we have rescued and restrained those animals from there. Wild boar को भी काफी किया है, and लेपर्ड भी हुआ था, मगर काफी समय लगा था, टुक क्वाइट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम। एंड वो तो आप कर सकते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है, पर वो फॉरेस्ट को ही उसमें इंटरवीन करना पड़ेगा, एंड ही हैव टू टेक दैट कॉल।
बिल्कुल सर, जी सर, थैंक यू।
ओके, वेलकम।
Our next question is from Suhotro Biswas. He's asking, what if the forest department plants coconut palm trees in the forest? And definitely there is food scarcity. So planting more fruit-bearing trees can help, isn't it?
ट्रू। अगेन आई एम नॉट श्योर कि अब गवर्नमेंट ने कोकोनट को वहाँ पे क्यों प्लान किया है, व्हाई दे हैव प्लांटेड कोकोनट ट्रीज और पाम ट्रीज देयर इन द फॉरेस्ट एरिया। अगेन, क्योंकि व्हेन इट कम्स टू फॉरेस्ट रिजुवेनेशन things, so we always plant those things which are used by most of the animals and birds there for their food, especially the food bearing plants हम लोग use करते हैं। But again, if the government has done certain things, so they have been advised by the board to do that. And it could be कि there are so many villages nearby areas, so the dependency of firewood को भी वो शायद वो tackle करने के लिए they have done that. But again, I'm not very much happy to hear that कि only coconut and palm trees have been planted in a forest. It's very awkward for me to hear those things. It should be fruit bearing, multiple fruit bearings, and leaves which are been edible by most of the ungulates or even elephants or other species. So they should plant those if they really want to rejuvenate forest. And yes, creating water holes is another big thing which they should do.
Thank you, sir. Our next question is from Pradeep Yera. Please unmute yourself. Yeah.
Hello everyone. I belong to sorry for my video. So I work with an organization called Citizens for Animals. So we work with rescues, awareness, and advocacy. A lot of people are mentioning here about the human-wildlife conflict. So here I thought of sharing few ideas which would help everyone. First is setting up an intercoordination committee. That means education department, culture department, horticulture and agriculture department, and also with the forest department. Why it is very much essential is, one is education department is for awareness. So
right,
when to know that wild animal is attacking the humans, what is the problem with it? If the public knows about it, then it comes with the mitigation solutions. And horticulture is like regarding the crop pattern. With the being the agriculture department, the state agriculture department, horticulture department, they will know about the which crops can be the best solution for the soil, and which crop could never attract the animals coming to the human habitat. So that could be helpful. And the other thing is like, if you see the tribal people, they know about the movement of the animal, and involving in the like the forest department, maybe setting up a WhatsApp group in communicating with them. So it will set up an alarm, fine alarm, like because rather than going to the damage directly, it will prevent them. And for third thing is like, most of the people has mentioned about the elephant conflict. So maybe by installing a electronic honeybee signals, it means the Abhishek actually going on in a I think in Assam it has been the electronic signal. Then
yes,
in yeah, they have
by
installed it.
RNX, yes, WWF and RNX are working onto it. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe we can, if we can include these strategies, maybe to certain extent. I don't know. It
Nay,
it's 100.
I am coming on to Pradeep. The thing is that we tried this honeybee speaker thing which we have done. Earlier, the elephants are coming, they were scared and they were running back. But until unless they are not bitten, they are not stung by that honeybee, they get to know that okay, there is something which is beyond their thing. So now they are coming and they are destroying these things. Even the anidas which came into existence. So there was a casualty. Means earlier elephant used to come, anida used to raise alarm. It was an early warning system. So once elephant was electrocuted in this particular Digal Bank. It's Kishanganj district in Bihar. The
Mm.
whole herd came and it rammed on each and every house there in that village. And all
Okay.
the anators were taken out and they were stampeded. So elephants are very another level of animal to be tackled, first thing.
They're
The other
highly
thing is that, yes, and the other thing you are talking about using the tribals into watchers. Yes, we are doing that. Okay.
okay, sure.
We are working with Orao community and Tharu community, which are basically in Tarai areas, and they are
Mm.
working as EPG, it means Elephant Production Group, and PRT by WWF, it means primarily response team, and some
Yeah.
of them are being observed by the government also as animal depredation squad. So these all people are basically local people, and they are working and they are doing patrolling on the fringe areas of the means of the forest as well as agricultural land. And as soon as they find, they have been trained by elephant experts how to mitigate, means how to encounter a wildlife attack. So as soon as they found a elephant or any wildlife nearby those area, they have that signaling thing. They have vessels, they have lightning systems, and they have siren systems. So they start hooting those things, and eventually the villages inside the in the village, they get to know that okay, there is an animal, so they start doing the preventive measures. So we are doing that, and yes, awareness is the key to reduce the conflict. And it's not only about the department who have to take the step and they have to come forward. It's we all have to come and we have to
Definitely.
do our role. So we are doing it is not a thing which can be done in a day or a 2 year. It would be a process because we
This
have
is
to actually change the mind frame of the people.
yes, definitely.
So it will take
Because
time, but yes, we are working very hard.
sure, sure, definitely.
So we can close the session, sir. To all the participants who have joined today, I thank you very much, and we thank Vishwa teams to making this, giving this opportunity to spread awareness about various causes, especially such very useful topics. So I would request speaker to join in the breakout room.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, so much. Wonderful talk, and we were really surprised with all the participants. They've been so engaging. Thank you so much to Abhishek, and thank you to all the
Thank you.
participants.
Thank
Thank you
you.
to Vishwa team.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we will be sharing the speaker contact and the YouTube recorded link through, to your registered email IDs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
But the participation was surprising. Generally, environment we'll see 20, 25 people today. Quite a few people had come and from all over the country.
Yes, there were international people also. So
Yeah.
so I was very happy to see. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any advice to us on the way we are organizing?
No, it was good. It was all good. It was all good. I liked the dry run which Radhika did a day before yesterday. So keep all those things. Like not a very good camera person, so I'm doing work for a very long time, but I am hardly seen on covers or social media or even at dialogues. I am really interested in like a live presentation if I am doing it, so I can interact with people if I can see. So for me, it's very hard. Thank you for giving me that comfortable zone. I'm really happy. I'm really happy.
And even the participants, you have answered them so well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So many people had come with genuine queries.
Yes, and they all have that solution. They all know what to do. They want to hear it from the speaker. That is the solution. And they all know the solution.
No, you did direct some of them correctly. Especially the monkeys, the boars.
So these things are quite challenging because I have been facing when I was very young. I used to visit CWLW office, and when I asked them, we start working on these things. So they said that I know how to handle my own animals. So it will be taking time. After 10-15 years, now they are reframing those animals into vermin, and they are asking for curing. So it's all about policies. They do not have that sight, and they come with a solution of just cull animal, and that is a solution. So there are problems.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any
thank you
advice
so
on what other talks we should have?
I would be really looking forward to, if you have talk about marine diversity. We have very less on marine and river and biodiversity talks.
But who's the competent person to talk about it?
I have to look forward. There are certain person, Mahadevan is there, who is a marine biologist. He can do that job. I will be asking to. I'll be sharing those with Radhika, and she will be perfect.
Sure, sir. Because you're seeing the kind of response, and we need to bring in this awareness.
Right. It's not only about forests, it's also about oceans and riverine systems. So we have to talk.
Any other things you want us to talk about?
No, you are doing a wonderful job. I was a guest at one time. I was an audience at one time. So it was on snakes. So I just, when there is a snake, I'm always there. So I was there, and I was okay, good. So I was answering all the questions here. So Ritank had approached me and said, I said that this is what I'm doing. So he also initiated. So this talk was originally ought to happen on 4th of November. But somehow I got that thing that my mother was not well, and I lost her on 28th of October.
Oh dear.
So the thing means it was just like I was getting that vibe that I cannot do it on 4th of November. So I postponed it, and the team was very helpful. They said that, okay, so no issues. So,
all right. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if there's anything in Vishwa, can you please do let us know?
Yes, I would be asking many things. There are small things which I really need to be done, and with your support, yes, I'm looking forward to complete those assignments, especially in terms of conclusion.
You can get in touch with Prerna for these issues.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Good job, Radhika.
Ma'am,
Next up, you're hosting.
I was not ready. You suddenly told me to.
Next up, you're hosting.
Okay.
బాగా చేసాం సో చాలా పర్ఫెక్ట్ చేసాం మొన్న కూడా చూసాను కార్తీక్ అది పౌర్ణమి బాగా చేసాం
అండ్ ఇవాళ ఏంటంటే స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయడానికి ఎవరు లేరు మ్యామ్ సో సైమల్టేనియస్ గా షేర్ చేస్తూ మాట్లాడాలంటే కొంచెం కష్టం అనిపించింది
నెక్స్ట్ రావుది కదా
సీతానంద
ఇవన్నీ నేను చేస్తాను విచ్ డేట్ ఇస్ ఇట్ కమింగ్ టు 9th
ఎస్ 9th
ఇవన్నీ నేను చేస్తాను ఓకే సో అఖిలేష్ ప్రీతి వాట్ ఇస్ ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ కొంచెం గ్రిల్ అధికారి
ప్రీతి ఇస్ ఆన్ లీవ్ మ్యామ్
ఓకే యా షీ సెడ్ షీ నాట్ లీవ్ రాధిక అఖిలేష్
చాలా ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్
yes now I can
వెబినార్ చాలా ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్ మ్యామ్ మీరు చెప్పినట్టు చాలా డైవర్స్ పీపుల్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారు సెషన్ లో అండ్ వారు మాట్లాడే వాళ్ళ కన్సర్న్స్ కానీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ కేస్ స్టడీస్ గురించి ఇవన్నీ వాళ్ళు చెప్తూ ఉంటే నిజంగా చాలా సెషన్ కూడా చాలా 100% సక్సెస్ అయింది ఇదైతే నేను గమనించాను అండ్ ప్రేరణ మ్యామ్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఇండియా నుంచి జాయిన్ అయ్యారంటే వస్తుంది
మీరు మెయిన్ టాక్ లో కూడా ఉన్నారా అంటే 2 devices తో కనెక్ట్ అయ్యారా
లేదు ఒక డివైస్ లోనే ఉంది
వాయిస్ మెయిన్ టాక్ లో కూడా వినిపిస్తుంది అన్నారు